I have just seen social media have this impact just on how unrealistic standards that we have when it comes to things that men should be doing for us. And at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand that you're being sold to. Okay, you are being marketed. Okay, by these influencers, and I put influencers because they only selling things to have certain items, and you have the content creators who have the relationships online, the YouTube couples, and they're flying all over the world on private jets, and they're getting Lamborghinis, and they're getting, $1,000 trips, but they're selling you something. They have to build up their brand in a way to get people like you to subscribe to their platform so they can get these brand deals and get the money and stuff flowing. But in exchange for that, you have several women out strolling online, seeing these images, seeing these videos, and it's conditioned you to think like, damn, like I want that. And it's really taking you really out of reality on how rare it is that people, for one, can even live like that and do things like that. And most people can't. This is the Becoming of Her podcast. Hi, welcome back to the Becoming of Her podcast. I'm Brittany.
I'm Tiffany.
Hey, and if you haven't, look at these lights. It's Valentine's Day.
We got on our red.
We got on our sexy. Yes.
Valentine's look.
I got my go get 'em dress on.
Okay, speaking of go and get 'em, what you going to get for Valentine's Day? You have plans?
I don't have any plans as of yet. I'm ready to cut them off. Anybody who is not making plans for me, you can cut off. So that's all I do know. How about you?
I don't have any plans as of yet. I doubt I will have any plans unless I do something with the children. Actually, the man that I'm dating does not celebrate Valentine's Day nor any holidays.
Okay.
So I don't anticipate anything.
He could still send some flowers.
He could. Hey. He could. So that actually should happen. Yeah. But we'll see. I'm not
She ain't pressed that because she get her gifts all the time.
Yes, and we actually have plans that weekend anyway, so I'm not really pressed about it. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Let us know. Drop a comment. Let us know if you're single. What are you doing? Because I'm actually dropping these clips on Valentine's Day. So let us know.
We want to know, what are you guys doing? Valentine's Day is an interesting holiday for me. I've never been like a super big Valentine's kind of person.
I love it.
I normally do stuff for the kids, like buy candy or cards or something like that. And I think that's because my uncle normally always gave us gifts, like my aunt and my little sister cousin. He's always like leave like little candies and cards and stuff for us. So I kind of do that for the kids. It's just kind of a habit. It was cute. We would wake up in the morning. He'd have stuff like on the kitchen table.
What a man!
What a man! Great man, my uncle.
Oh,
my uncle was and is to this day. So yeah, but I've never been like, oh my god, I like have to get
I love Valentine's Day because it's a day of all cute things. It's a day publicly, like officially Lovers Day. And I love that. If you are in a relationship, you should be getting loved on regularly, of course. But I don't know, it's just something so cute about Valentine's Day. I love it. I had such amazing Valentine's Day just experiences in the past. So it's a good time. It's a beautiful day if you are celebrating. If you're not celebrating, it is okay.
Definitely okay.
Like, breathe with me. It's okay. And
I think maybe as I'm getting older and I'm going through my elevation journey, I think some of that is what makes me not like Valentine's Day. It's like when people get into this depressive thing about holidays. I think that's what for me kind of throws me to the left about like some of these holidays. It's just like people get all this unnecessary pressure all this guilt or all these emotions around these days when you have to really think about it. At the end of the day, like Someone created this because of consumerism, but I digress.
I mean, that is true, but you know. So that goes into our topic today. We are talking about for love or for money. And for me, child, it's both.
It's both for me too. Shit.
It's hell yes. Because if you don't know, Bit Tiffany over here is a financial
coach.
Yes.
And life insurance agent.
So she, you know, helps. Let's go ahead and say your whole. go ahead. What you do? What you do? Too?
I help women like a whole, you know, to build a better relationship with their money so that they can heal, to build financial security, to ultimately live a soft life. So basically, that just boils down to say, you know, I am a finance coach. And so really thinking about being in the financial space, I've been in the financial industry for about a decade. And really, when it comes down to it, I don't feel like you need the love and the money. Because if you look at it, you know, on average, a lot of marriages end in divorce because of financial reasons. So it just goes to show you, like, you know, women lie, men lie, data does not lie.
Data does not lie.
So that just really goes to show you that there is the importance of money and finance and how it really matters in your relationship. I just think it becomes a problem when it's just the money. Now there are some, you know, there are these
it's just the love. I don't know. I mean,
there are very few special couples where I feel like can survive off of love. Like you meet your soulmate, or you just meet that person who you really align with, and it doesn't matter if you're like,
I haven't been through it. You? No, stop saying that. It's a no.
No. But I mean, there are some people who like, I can live in a tent with you outside. It doesn't matter. That happens. Like there are some, it's not common, but at the end of the day, like there's some people who can just survive off of love until the end of the time, and then all these next generations and all that kind of stuff. But again, that is far and few between.
To me, surviving off of love only, to me, is just a commitment to see the highs and lows with your partner. To me. So if that is surviving just off love, then I'm that woman. You know, I can hold you down, you know, a little brief, you know, ain't gonna be no.
We ain't gonna be living under no bridge.
I ain't gonna be living under no bridge or anything like that. But if some hard time struck, you know, out of love, I would release certain pressures off of my man. My man, okay? Not nobody in the. No, I will release some pressures, you know, off of my man for sure. And we really don't talk too much about relationships per se. We're not a relationship podcast, but it is Lovers Month. So, you know, this is why we're kind of going, you know, into this topic. And relationships are important. It's a part of your her, you know, but we mostly talk about on a deeper scale of relationships. But I just thought this was interesting to get into. It's because I have just seen social media have this impact just on how unrealistic standards that we have when it comes to things that men should be doing for us. And at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand that you're being sold to. Okay, you are being marketed, okay, by these influencers, and I put influencers because they only selling things to have certain items, and you have the content creators who have the relationships online, the YouTube couples, and they're flying all over the world on private jets, and they're getting Lamborghinis, and they're getting, you know, $1,000 trips, but they're selling you something. They have to build up their brand in a way to get people like you to subscribe to their platform so they can get these brand deals and, you know, get the money and stuff flowing. But in exchange for that, you have several women hours strolling online, seeing these images, seeing these videos, and it's conditioned you to think like, damn, like I want that. And it's really taking you really out of reality on how rare it is that people, for one, can even live like that and do things like that. And most people can't, right?
Yeah, because going back to the data
now.
Average person in the U.S. makes around 50 something thousand dollars a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you got to think like if you're making $50,000 a year, I mean, how many Louis Vuitton bags, how many private jets do you think that's about to buy?
Mm-hmm.
Paying $2,000 rent, car note, gas, food, eggs are $8 now. Like, I mean, you have to really be realistic here. So you have to think like, okay, this is not how everyone lives. Again,
Right.
I know that when you look, when we scroll down social media, because we have this skewed, like curated feed that we see, that we think is a large group of people, but really it's a very small handful. Who a lot of these people know each other. A lot of the people exist in the same circles. And especially if you live in cities like we live in Atlanta.
We live in Atlanta.
So that can skew your view where it looks like a lot of people have money and they make it all because we operate in these certain spaces and these are certain circles. But at the end of the day, that is not common and that is not average when you look at holistically like what the United States looks like.
Right. And also, I just think that whole rest in peace of Kevin Samuels, but he really stamped us with that high value man notion and really indicating that high value is indicated just of the type of money that a man can bring to you. And I think as women, you are at a very low disadvantage if you are only assessing a man and his character and his value to you just based on the kind of money that he has. A high value man has characters and principalities as well. It's not
principalities.
Okay, it is not just about the money. So I feel like I meet some younger girls and also there are some older women too, who just are solely focused on a man being able to provide. And I don't get me wrong, as women, we want a man to provide and have a certain security, but certain women really be trying to saw off the lifestyle that they truly don't deserve. To be honest.
Yeah. And let's not get this wrong. We are all deserving of nice things and a nice lifestyle. But at the same time, too, you have to think about, like, there's always going to be an exchange. Like, you can't just show up to the table with an empty cup and expect to just consistently be poured and filled up if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, and this doesn't mean you need to be out here just slaving away, but there has to be something about you, whether it's your energy, it is your mindset, it's the way that you know how to do something that is inspiring this man, it is freeing up his time, you are motivating him to now, create something. Or
like April Mason said, you're amplifying.
I love when the way that she explains that, because again, like a lot of times, again, men want to provide. They're not looking for you to come and do all this work or come and bring all this money to the table. They just want you to be able to help them to do what they're doing better, or free up their time to do something better, or simply inspire, motivate. There could just simply be something about you that makes this man want to get up earlier, that makes him want to work out harder, that makes him want to build something bigger so that he can create a certain lifestyle for you. And that is okay, but you literally can't just show up and just exist and think that, a man is going to spend all his money on me. He's just going to get up every day, work hard, hustle, so that I can just sit out to be taken care of just because.
Right. And I think, too, that is the type of content that you can sometimes see online, depending on what you're tapping into. On TikTok, there has a lot of videos of, behind the life of a sugar baby, or the life of a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home like girlfriend, or things like that. And it is okay, like, if you want to be any of those things, from the transactional lady, sugar baby, all the way up to the wife, but it's about looking to see where you are currently and how you can get to her, if that's something that you really want. The type of lifestyle that you want to live, and the kind of man you want, what woman needs to become. Because the key is, you want a man to invest in you, but you have to be investable.
Very true.
You have to really develop yourself to an asset as a woman if you really want him there, for the long haul. So I think when women are so super focused just on money and it can be very very disadvantaged with us, is because money can go so quick, and also it can make you just so fixated on just the temporary thing. It makes you one in a dozen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think, depending upon who you are and what you desire to be, you just need to stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, and my mindset has started shifting with my February book.
Mm-hmm.
We are, with my Miss CFO brand, we are doing this focus in February. And with my book that I'm reading, it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I love this book because it's really starting to shift my mindset some. Instead of us really thinking about, okay, there's this ideal lifestyle that's perfect and that's good, like, do whatever the fuck you want, but stand on it. And I think that's part of the problem where I personally feel I have trouble with people do certain things and then they were like, oh, but that's not really what it is. I'm like, Trick, if you want to be, get tricked off on, stand 10 toes down on it. That's how you are. That's how you are. That's how you are. Cool. But just own that. But don't go out here and try to portray like, oh, you like this guy or you're interested remotely. And it's really, at the end of the day, about the transaction.
If you want to be tricked on, it's cool. It's cool for now. But watch it. I mean, we're going to always promote you being at an elevated
of course
space. Just keep watching us if that's what you like. And that's who you are.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm saying from the standpoint of like, listen, everybody doesn't want to be Claire Huxtable.
Period. Yeah.
Everybody doesn't want to live this certain kind of way.
Okay.
Which at the end of the day, I think there is certain values and morals that we should have. But whatever you decide to do with your own life and how you want to do it and whatever that is, as long as you ain't out here killing folks, bringing folks into your mess who don't desire to live that same type of lifestyle, do you, boo? Like, I would never force my lifestyle and say, this is the right way. You should be married with 2 kids and live in this, in the suburbs and drive
it's whatever
SUV.
Right. It's just about what you want. But you know what? All those things that you said, it requires you to know who you are.
Period.
Okay. It requires you to know who you are. And I think that just depending on what season you in, I think sometimes we all kind of go through temporary times, like feeling like we may be changing or kind of finding ourselves in different realms where it may be like finding yourself in your business or in your niche or your fitness journey, finding yourself, your healthy journey or spiritual. I feel like we're always kind of like identifying more of who we are. My thing is that all this mass marketing with the relationships and aesthetics that some of these women give the influencers me too, that we follow, they're selling certain things and aesthetics to us that they have to be because of their brand. That may not even really be who they are. And then you subscribe to that, like, you know what, oh yeah, that's what I want to do, that's how I want to live, when they're still just marketing to you. That may not be really who you really are. I think it's good that we're in an age where we have all these reference points and different perspectives, but you really need to figure out what you really want. And then for the women who are just doing it for love, who is unhappy as hell, what are you there for? Is it a dick?
That's the part where you really have to get honest with yourself and have some real deep conversations. Because if you are forcing yourself to do things because someone else told you that it was right, or you think that's what you should be doing, or you're trying to be unbothered or get over an ex, whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's really important to just really be honest with yourself about what you want, what you're looking for, and stand on that. And don't be out here in these streets trying to portray like you want something else when you just really trying to play a game to use and manipulate people.
Yeah, not cool. I mean, some people do it, whatever season, that you're in. But like I said in our first episode of season, is that I just want us to have a greater heightened awareness of who we are and just what we want. And like I said, for women, if you are out here moving just with money being your primary focus, when it's a whole man and the impact that a man can have in your life and the influence and things that he can have over your life, money starts to become that variable. It's significant, but there's other significant things to take in consideration, because a lot of women be out here in relationships with men who should have never known your name, but you are doing it based on the money, or if you're doing it just for love, it's just some insecurities, there's some things there. You may have an insecurity in your finances that's keeping you in a place that you don't want to be, or you have a baby by somebody and you just trying to hold this family together, and and you're just really unhappy. But you just got to figure out what you want and the type of lady, type of woman, the kind of her you need to be.
Exactly.
To be there.
I love that. I think it's really just about intentionality. I think it's like, just be out here and be authentic. Do you live how you want to live? Mm-hmm. Now, again, at the end of the day, like, I am, I have certain belief in morals and values and live in a certain way. But, like, you don't have to push your lifestyle on everybody. Just, I feel like we would be happier. We'd be more productive. We'd live better lives if we really stayed in our lane a whole lot more, and we just really operated authentically in how we really desire to live our lives, instead of trying to portray, oh, I'm unbothered, or I want to do this, or I'm about the bag, when you're really about the love. Like, really about the love. Some of y'all keep, acting like you're just about the money because you're trying to mask the hurt that you feel because you don't want to fall in love again. You don't want to get hurt. Mm-hmm. When at the end of the day, you just really want someone to love up on you real good. Mm-hmm. But you have masked that with this whole, if he can't pay my bills, I don't want him. I just want to love him and leave him. He just going to pay me and we going to be out. Whatever other manners that you talk about. And that's how y'all fumble good men too. Mm-hmm. And that's a whole nother episode. How a lot of times, we don't even be ready for the man. Okay, like, it's a whole preparedness, to being ready to the men that we really want. Ooh, but I'm trying to tell you, like, only me too. Like, only you really know what your spirit, what is calling you to do. If something's like, this just don't feel right, like, you want to change, then, babe, start to unpack. Mm-hmm. Start to unpack. We focus a lot of times Valentine's Day on the Lover's Day of people being in love, but also don't forget self as well. Exactly.
If you are a single gal, something that you can do for Valentine's Day is to write a love letter to yourself. Write out things. That. Yes, write a love letter to yourself. Be real. Things that you love. We love good affirmations and stuff as well. And also treat yourself, of course, but
write a love letter to your boo. Like, there's so much power in writing a love letter to the man, the woman, whatever you're into, that you desire to have. Yeah. Like, if you were spending Valentine's Day together with the person that you would love to be with, like, what would y'all be doing? Write the vision for that. Listen, manifest on this. Yeah, manifest. On this fine Valentine's Day. Yes. So there's so many ways that you can just treat yourself, honor yourself. If social media is going to be too triggering for you on that day, don't log in, because please believe it, the girls are going to get up early.
Baby,
with the gifts, the breakfast, all the things. It's going to be a lot.
And I love it.
So if you want to feel pressured, like, baby,
damn, like, this ain't me.
You don't have to subject yourself to any of that stuff. That's the thing about it. You have choices. You have options. Log off. Take a day for yourself. Immerse yourself in your own love. Get with your girlfriends. Get with your family. If you're a mom, get with your kids. Like, do your thing. But most importantly, just have a good day.
Have a great day. And also, you can always give us a call. If you want someone just to talk to, we do have the option to call us now on YouTube. It is going to be in our profile on Instagram and TikTok. It is in our in our link. If you do want to schedule some time just to talk to us, we're here as well.
Yes, definitely. You need someone to vent to. You need a little advice. Definitely make sure that you give us a chat. And book yourself a heart chat.
Yes. And honestly, guys, that's all I have for you all. Happy Valentine's. Well, you guys, it's gonna officially post after Valentine's Day, but little clips gonna post on Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. We can't wait to hear about your
showed up
day.
for y'all,
We're sending you
giving
so
you
much
sexy.
love.
We can't give you sex.
Thank you guys
Bye.
for
See y'all
tuning in.